January 27, 1820, the continent Antarctica is discovered. December 14, 1911, Norwegian explorer Roald Amundsen and his team were the first to discover and reach the South Pole. June 23, 1961, the Antarctic Treaty is enacted between the United States, Soviet Union, and 10 other countries with significant interests in the continent. This treaty prohibited nuclear testing, economic exploitation, and demilitarized the entire continent. This allowed for freedom of scientific research and permanent research stations to be constructed. October 15, 1995, the first meteorite with organic matter believed to be of alien origin is discovered. These findings would be proof of extraterrestrial life beyond Earth. November 13, 1998, the first exometeorite with living tissue is discovered. There are sounds of footsteps in the snow. It is us, our character. The phone rings. For context, before I continue the game, I want to add some information about the game. In a white page on itch.io, the description reads, a group of Antarctic researchers discover a perfectly preserved meteorite isolated in the remote base. Their excitement turns into terror after a late-night experiment goes wrong. Pretty straightforward. Researchers got a little too comfortable while being in the middle of nowhere. No help, no animals, no people. The only company they have is each other. The only sounds they hear is the wind and the snow. The white noise they go to sleep hearing. Your thoughts become more apparent as well. I answered the phone. Her name is Bert. Lloyd, a coworker, called us. Yeah, you reached Bert. Hey Bert, this is Lloyd. We finished examining yesterday's findings, got the meteorite cracked open and everything. I know you're on your break, but why don't you pay us a visit at the main building? I'd like to see what you make of things. Yeah, alright, I'll head out now. I still have to return the snowmobile anyway. The call ends. I look around the room and don't see anything clickable other than the journal. It's Bert's journal. I read it. February 6, 1998. The last few days at Frederick Madison Station have been the same as ever. Can't believe this is the third time they sent us out here. Hopefully, this latest batch of meteorites are enough to keep those brainiacs happy. I'm actually starting to miss the frozen pizza they serve at main base. Anything beats instant coffee and trail mix. Just got to hold out a couple more days. Bro. I and others have been sent on a mission to retrieve meteorites for investigation. As this isn't our first time, we have already gotten used to the process. I can only assume Burr has been here for over a week now. I see a picture frame and it doesn't really look like anything. I thought it looked like a door. I go outside and see two structures. It's very gloomy as well. The moon is in the distance and the whole atmosphere is very nice. It's almost empty. It also looks very silent. You can only hear the wind. I go down the stairs and I see a snowmobile. Unfortunately, I can't use it right now. I look around a bit and there really isn't anything else in the horizon. When I try to go to the smaller structure, Stuart calls to us. I can't see him, but he seems to see us. I meet up with Stuart, another co-worker. Oh, hey Stuart. Hey Bert, you coming to see the rock as well? Yeah, just got a call from Lloyd about it. I'm wrapped up with work for the day anyway. Alright, well you go in and let them know I'll join them in a second. I just want to get my fill of the outside doors for the day. Outdoors for the day, shit. Yeah, sure. Going up the stairs one more time, I see a door that I can't go into. I can't go higher because it's blocked off, so nothing to know. I go to where Stuart told me. I see Hicks, another person working here. Oh, hey, Bert. Hi, Hicks. Weather's been pretty good lately, right? Yeah. I heard it would get worse tomorrow, though. Damn shame. Alright, I wanted to return the snowmobile keys. Sure, you can just pass the keys to me. Wait, I parked in front of my cabin again. Well, at least no one's using it tomorrow. I'll bring it back myself. Anyway, let's head upstairs. Lloyd's been waiting for everyone. Seems like it might be a pretty significant discovery, maybe worthy of an award. I give the snowmobile keys to Buddy Hicks here. Sucks we can't use it. Mention a significant discovery. What could it be? We meet another man called Truman. So far, we have 4 colleagues in this investigation with us. Let's see what it is. Let's take a look. Oh, yuck! What the fuck is that, bruh? Ah, that looks like an egg. Busted egg open. That's nasty. But how could it have survived in a meter for that long? We chill and celebrate the discovery of a bloody rock. Nice. I'll take the red cherry Fanta, bruh. I examined the meteorite sample. It's eerie. Is the rest of all blood? It's hard to believe that this is a meteorite at all. I wonder what it tastes like. Oh, that's nasty! Is what I would think if I were insane. Anyway, I look around the room and can't do anything. I see a picture of a door. This ain't Chainsaw Man, bruh. So, the meteorite is alien life, and I don't think that's a great idea of alien life. Because meteorite shouldn't have guts in it. And I think that's already the first bad sign. I leave and I'm back at my place. 8 hours later. Oh, come on. There's still an hour before I'm supposed to get up. There's a phone call. But it's early. Who could be calling me right now? I go to answer the phone. Yep, it's me. Does something happen? Hicks, Bert, here. We have a problem. Damn, there's so much interference. Can you repeat that? Just, need. Alright, you know what? I'll just head over. Static. I can't hear nothing. Gotta go to the main building and see what's up. I read my journal as there is a new entry. February 7, 1998. I took a look at the exo sample with everyone, and while I didn't say out loud, I thought it looked disgusting. I doubt Truman and Lloyd share my distaste and are instead consuming the research. Only a few more days now. Bert. Visibility is close to nothing. X did say the weather was gonna be bad today. The snowmobile is useless without the keys. I get inside, and Hicks tells me to go upstairs. They tell me the situation is not so great. Lloyd is missing, and Truman is not responding. Hicks leaves to find Lloyd. These doors are tough, but nothing a crowbar can't pry open. We should have one downstairs on one of our storage shelves. I have to go get the crowbar from downstairs. You can't interact with anything in the rooms other than when you need to. I find the crowbar and go back to Stuart to get the door open. When the door gets opened, I see Truman lying on the floor in a pile of blood and guts. Somehow, the blood isn't his. The lights go out. Pitch darkness. Stuart complains about the day, since it's already going to shit. It's so dark, barely to see, but I have a flashlight. I'm not supposed to actually have the flashlight, but since I beat the game before, I have it. There's blood everywhere. Truman, he says he has to eat. Eat? Are you hungry? He doesn't respond. He probably doesn't even know that we're there. He probably doesn't understand what we're saying to him. The exo sample is on the table. I examine it. Subscribe. It looks different compared to yesterday. Large chunks of it are missing. Almost as if it had been... There's no way, right? Bert is being suspicious and he assumes that they ate the sample. Truman and Lloyd. There's a note and bloody hands on the cabinet. I go to read a note. Observation report. Researchers on site: Lloyd, Doyle, Truman, and Joe. Meteorite specimen was bisected. The two sessions were referred to as A and B. 8:47 p.m. Specimens A and B react to physical touch. Surface of touch area dips down when prodded. Response of its pulling back. The reactions of B are noticeably weaker. 8:52 p.m. Dripped some water on A. A initially recoiled, but subsequent drops prompted very little reaction. Is this hardwired reaction or was it surprised? 8:56 p.m. Dripped some water on B. B responded similarly to A. They have recorded their experiments on this note. 9:15 p.m. Passive observation of A and B yielded no results. 9:20 p.m. Dripped some more water on A. No reaction from A, no reaction from B either. 9:31 p.m. Observed dark viscous liquid on the surface of A, a darker shade. Can't just be residual water. Liquid has a strangely sweet smell to it. Lloyd, not sweet but more savory like fish. Different observers perceive different smells. 9:40 p.m. Tasted the liquid from the surface of A. Never had anything better. Need to have more. Lloyd and Truman have both eaten the sample. 9:51 p.m. Truman bastard tried to stop me. Let him have to eat sample. Tastes good. Strange feeling. Eat first, record effects after eat. Just what the hell happened in here? Bert, this is Hicks. Hey Hicks, we managed to get to Truman. I'm at the back of the power generator. There's something else out here with me. What do you mean? Did you find Lloyd? No response. We have lost connection with Hicks. Stuart advises that we should go. I have to go investigate what happened with Hicks. Stuart won't come with me because he's stuck here taking care of Truman. Hicks also has the snowmobile keys, so we can't leave until we get them. Truman repeats the same thing over and over again. He has to eat it. We can't understand them, but as the audience, you know he's talking about the exo sample. They go outside because they have to go find Hicks. Everything in the room is still the same. The door won't budge. It's frozen. I have to go downstairs to the second door, to the basement. The horror elements are becoming more clear now. And outside is as windy as ever and no visibility at all. I hug the lines, the rope lines the steward advised me to go to the structure, the backup generator. I climb up the stairs, and I still see no sign of anyone. No Lloyd, no Hicks. It's like nothing. It's nobody. I go inside. There's blood on the walls, and I can only assume something bad happened. I want to turn on the backup power, but this is nothing like resetting a breaker. Hicks came along specifically to resolve these kinds of incidents. And there he is, Hicks, bloodied over. Pick up the flashlight. Not that I already had one. Blood everywhere and it's just his corpse. Fucking heck. Stuart, come in. I found Hicks. He's dead. I think something ate him. Tore him up real bad. I could barely even look. Stuart says the backup generator is useless. We gotta leave. Hicks didn't have the snowmobile keys, but I got locker keys from him. I tried to talk with Stuart, but he's not responding. What could have happened? Damn it, I better head back. I look around and this room is pretty cramped. There's like nothing else. I look closely to examine the body. It's Hicks. I only joined the expedition this year, so I don't know him that well. So much of his flesh had been torn off. The only way I could tell it was Hicks is from the clothing. Who or what could have done this? We still don't know what happened to Hicks, but we will find out soon. And of course you have your own theories and guesses of what happened to him, and you're probably right. Because it's pretty obvious at this point, right? I go back to Stuart. Stuart was just attacked. He said Truman turned into a monster. He says Truman is still in the main building. Stuart advises us to leave, forgetting Truman and Lloyd. Truman is gone. What happened, Stuart? Can you move? About that, Hicks didn't have the snowmobile keys. Of course he does. Stuart can help us. We're alone again on this one, just like when we went to find Hicks. Yeah. its head in shape. He said Sumin. Truman looks differently. It's not so well. You're really going to send me in with that thing? Stuart can't go inside because he's crippled now. So, as a protagonist, we have to go in and take the risk. We have to go on our own. But, good thing, I played this game already once. It was hard. I died 3 times. But I know now where to go. So, I hesitantly looked at the door and then entered because I knew what was gonna happen. Pitch darkness again, and those footsteps. The Truman's. Truman. His head. It's different. Right? We go upstairs, sprinting, open the door, close the door. Maybe we'll have some time. Go to the room where the locker is. The banging of the door is Truman. He's trying to get through. I open the door. I get the snowmobile keys. But I know it's right there. His footsteps. Closer and closer. The snarls. Just right next to my ear. I'm on the room where all the blood and the guts are. He's coming. I sprint right past him because I knew there's no chance. Stuart just got attacked by the monster outside, possibly Lloyd. I go outside the room, I go to the door and leave. He still managed to get me somehow. Fucking idiot. Stuart. Where is he? He's gone. He's been eaten. I'm alone now. Everybody. They're gone. Hicks dead. Stuart dead. Lloyd turned. Truman turned. Out of all the 5 people investigating the meteorite, I'm the only researcher lived. I have to go on my own. I go to the snowmobile because that's the only way out. This is probably the end, right? It must be. I'm right here. Snowmobile. I insert the key. Because what else? What else is there? But I gotta do this. No, wait. I keep missing the damn circle. And there are footsteps right behind me. There's a jump scare. Lloyd gets to me. Because I couldn't turn the motor in time. I try again. What else can I do? But this time, I do better. Lloyd looks different, doesn't he? The footsteps again behind me. But this time, it's fine. I leave. It turns on. I escape from the place. Lloyd can't get me, and Truman can't either. I somehow managed to make it back to main base. Once the storm passed, I returned with a different team to investigate the aftermath. Frigid cold perfectly preserved those dead who we managed to find. The others, including the research sample, are missing to this day. End. So for the end discussion, I wanted to talk about one of my theories that I have in the game. And there will be some information or pictures that I'll put like up here. So I call this synesthesia plus taste. Different smells and different transformations. That's what Truman brought up in the notes. Depending on the smell of the exo sample, you're transformed later or differently. Savory and sweet, because it was between those two, Truman and Lloyd. Savory, you become a monster a lot faster and you shed your human form a lot quicker. Sweet smell, you were still in human form as Truman was, but your mind is already gone. If you eat the sample, you would transform no matter what. So, there is no chance that you could get cured or saved. You will become a monster. Truman still kept somewhat of his human form and took longer to transform than Lloyd, because Lloyd was able to kill Hicks, but Truman was not able to kill Stewart in the same room as him. He was still talking, English words. Smell and taste are closely linked. What you taste could be similar to what you smell. For example, the fountain water tastes like shit. I never tasted shit before, but I know what that smells like. The taste became what it smells in a way. This is called synesthesia, but not the true synesthesia. It's normal and common because taste actually is linked to smell. So Hicks tasted savory for Lloyd because that's what he smelled. Maybe Lloyd saw Hicks as food, not as a person. Humans, let me quote something, right? Humans are significantly fatter than other primates and most animals, often called the fat primate. The five basic tastes are sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and savory, aka umami. Savory as in meat and cheese, bitter as in dark chocolate. I'm quoting something else. Savory often identified as the fifth taste slash umami tastes rich, meaty, and deeply satisfying, providing a mouth-watering depth rather than just saltiness. So whatever you smell or taste by eating the meteorite sample can be what kind of monster you change to and how fast you transform. You look differently and act differently. Truman couldn't see but hear you. Lloyd could see you and is a lot faster than Truman, which shows at the end when we're trying to turn on the fucking snowmobile. But what about a bad smell? What could that be? Anyway, that's all. Please share this video and comment what you think about it. Goodbye.